Well, it's a difficult place to play. I think it's just you've just got to make sure you offer advice, and I'm a great believer in coaching that you offer advice. You don't be dictatorial in your approach, and that those players were prepared to accept certain advice I gave as how to play on the subcontinent. Something it's just you've just got to work on as time progresses. You know, I've worked with some big players elsewhere as well, and it's just, I think you've just got to develop these sort of man management skills. And the first thing is like with everything, you've just got to gain their respect, and you know they've got to gain my respect, and that's what it's about. Once that respect has been gained, then it makes your job easier. And you know, having travelled around with the South African side, consulting here, and in South Africa when India were there, you know, you just observe and just watch players. In fact, I find sometimes more interest watching these players off the field and quietly just observing it, because it interests me, and hopefully I can, what I've learned I can put into good effect when I work with England with the Indian side. When I flew over here and spoke to Mr. Srinivasan, at first, obviously, you know, I was excited, but then at the same time, I went back and asked him for a few days. It took about 4 or 5 days, I think it was, just to make sure you settle down and realize the consequences and the high-profile job that it is. There's some areas that you've got to be careful of, and I just went back, thought about it, and I thought, no, this is something I'm really excited about, and made a few phone calls to people. Obviously, Gary Kirsten as well. You know, just chatted to him about it, and I just felt excited about it and accepted it. Well, you know, as I said, when I came here, I saw some talent. There was that young Indian side who played against New Zealand, where a few of the senior players were given a break before the tour to Australia, and that was exciting. But at the same time, you must appreciate, I'm a great believer that if a player's, no matter what age he is, if he's good enough to play, he must play. And you know, India are very fortunate to have some very, very good, well, outstanding senior players. I think as we said before, they're going to be difficult tours, especially you know how well they play in their home ground. Any tour to some opposition's backyard sort of thing where they know the wickets is very, very difficult.